I am. I'm talking in response to the resignation of Justin Welby, here from Centrala in Birmingham. I am somebody who knew the man way before he became the Archbishop. I used to be a frequent attendee at Coventry Cathedral, and I had a boyfriend back then from Athens, Greece, who was very toxic, and his father was also the father of the former partner. He caused a lot of trouble. I had threats of forced jail. I had threats of violence from this father. And I told Justin Welby in confidence about this. And Justin Welby gave me the most absurd advice ever. The advice was, do not go to solicitors in Athens. Do not go to the law, because in God's eyes, you are taking matters into your own hands. Justin Welby told me to hand it over to God and not deal with things in my own strength. Now, since going over to America and going into the New Age, I found this word spiritual bypassing. I'm still very scarred by Justin Welby and what he did. There was a course I attended with Justin before 1 year before he came Archbishop of Canterbury. He was the dean at Coventry Cathedral. I was on a course called Christianity Explored, and I really enjoyed it. We were in Justin Welby's house. At the end of the course, that we had a meal in his house, which was really posh. It was nice. I can even show where we had our dinners after the end of the course. We had a retreat. What happened was we had the course Christianity Explored, and it was in the deanery in Coventry, which is lovely, really, really lovely old Georgian building. And at the end of that course, there was a retreat day where it was just a few people at the end of the course having a meal with the dean and his wife. And attending with me were some family friends from Puerto Rico, and they were in the habit of beating their son. This has been going on for years. His name's Ariel. Justin Welby and his wife did nothing to stop the violence between these people. He kind of pulled them apart, but he acted very indifferent. Now, looking at what I have seen, and also there's Holy Trinity Church in Coventry. He was the dean of that church and the cathedral. I told Justin Welby in confidence about abuse going on at Holy Trinity in Coventry. Some members of Holy Trinity were allowing paedophiles to be around children because they said, oh, don't judge them. In Holy Trinity and in the cathedral, paedophiles were going in around little children, and they were silencing me for calling them out. I was told that if I judged them, I would go straight to hell. I was also bisexual, and in the church, in these two churches, I was forced to deny my sexuality, and I had threats of forced, gay conversion therapy. Coincidentally, here, this is a very gay-friendly place that I attend now. I'm calling out the churches too. I'm calling out Holy Trinity in Priory Road, Coventry, for abuse, of spiritual abuse, where people are brainwashed into believing in Christ and going out and discipling people when they don't want to. And in the cathedral, this happened as well. There was a paedophile scandal within the cathedral. Justin Welby was aware of these things because they were put out to the media. I never heard him spoke about this when he was living in London. When I was at Coventry Cathedral, I told Justin Welby about the abuse from church members in both Holy Trinity and both the cathedral. He just brushed it off and said, it doesn't matter, just leave it to God. Just chill out. Don't take things on your own hands. This is called spiritual bypassing. Being a Christian, I believe that God put the authorities right here to kick ass when it comes to people misbehaving. I believe that God works through things like the police, things like the fire brigade and the ambulance. I'm huge supporters of them. In fact, I was a member of St. John's Ambulance, and I believe that was an organisation that God used to help others. So I know he's resigned. I hope that God will test him. And I don't believe in hell being a permanent place. I have kind of Hindu type beliefs of, like, you go to hell planets if you misbehave. I hope Justin Welby will be tested and tried by God, and also on earth face some kind of judgment. This is all I have to say. My name's Josephine Smith. I used to be known as Louise back in the church, and I was trauma bonded to a Greek fellow. On the 6th of May 2020, I terminated that relationship, and I'm very happy now in Birmingham. I have new friends here in Centrala and a few places as well, and life is good. That's all I have to say.